I called out my cousin when she tried to blame her body odor on me. Last weekend was my uncle's birthday party at their house, and the whole family was there. My cousin Jessica and I are both 16, but we've never really gotten along. She's always been the type to throw other people under the bus to save herself. The party was going fine until we all crowded into the living room for cake. There were like 20 people packed into this small space, and it was getting pretty warm. That's when I started noticing this really strong smell, like someone hadn't showered in days mixed with old gym socks. I tried to ignore it and just breathe through my mouth, but it was getting worse. I could see other people starting to notice too. My aunt kept opening windows, and my little cousin kept making faces and covering his nose. Jessica was sitting right next to me on the couch, and I realized the smell was strongest when she moved around. She was wearing this thick hoodie even though it was like 80 degrees outside, and her hair looked like it hadn't been washed in a week. Then my uncle brought out the birthday cake, and everyone gathered around the coffee table. The smell got even stronger as we all squeezed together. My grandmother actually took a step back and fanned herself with a napkin. That's when Jessica stood up and pointed right at me. "Oh my god, that smell is coming from her," she announced loudly. "I've been trying to ignore it this whole time, but it's really bad." Everyone turned to look at me, and I felt my face turn bright red. My mom looked mortified, and my aunt started apologizing for not noticing earlier. Jessica kept going, saying she felt bad for sitting next to me and that someone should probably say something. I was so shocked I couldn't even speak for a few seconds. Then I stood up and moved away from Jessica. "Actually, everyone can smell for themselves now," I said. "I'm over here, and the smell is still exactly where Jessica is sitting." The whole room went silent. You could literally see people sniffing the air and realizing I was right. The smell was definitely coming from Jessica's spot on the couch, not from where I was now standing by the window. Jessica's face went from smug to panic in about 2 seconds. "That's not true," she stammered. "It must be lingering or something." But my uncle was already walking closer to where she was sitting, and his nose was definitely telling him the truth. My aunt quietly asked Jessica when she'd last taken a shower. Jessica mumbled something about being busy with school, but everyone could see her hair was greasy and she was wearing the same clothes from yesterday's family dinner. My mom walked over and hugged me, apologizing for believing Jessica right away. She said she should have known better because I shower every single morning and always smell like my vanilla body wash. The worst part for Jessica was when my grandmother, who never holds back, said, "Sweetheart, you can't blame other people for your own hygiene problems. That's just not right." Jessica ended up leaving the party early, claiming she felt sick. But before she left, my aunt made her apologize to me in front of everyone. She could barely look me in the eye when she mumbled, "Sorry for blaming you." After she left, my little cousin asked why Jessica would try to blame someone else for smelling bad. My uncle explained that sometimes people get embarrassed and make poor choices, but that's never an excuse for hurting others. The rest of the party was actually really fun once the smell cleared out. My family kept apologizing to me, and my grandmother made sure to tell everyone how proud she was that I stood up for myself instead of just taking the blame. 3 days later, Jessica texted me a longer apology. She admitted she'd been going through a rough patch and wasn't taking care of herself, but she knew that didn't excuse trying to embarrass me. She said she was going to work on her problems instead of taking them out on other people. I texted back that I appreciated the apology and hoped things got better for her, but I also made it clear that if she ever tried to throw me under the bus again, I wouldn't hesitate to call her out. My mom said she was proud of how I handled the whole situation, both standing up for myself and accepting Jessica's apology with grace.